If you're searching for an international travel destination that is probably the exact opposite of what Western media may portray, then Cape Town, South Africa is the place for you. And you may be wondering, when is the best time to travel there? Are there any restrictions? What do I need to plan for when traveling abroad in 2022 and beyond? Well, if you've had any of these concerns, this video is for you. Now, when we started planning our trip to Cape Town back in April of 2021, during the height of the pandemic, we had hopes that things would soon return to normal. Boy, were we naive at the time. However, we had the option of either going to Dubai or to some other destination abroad. Having been to Dubai and thoroughly enjoying myself, I really wasn't keen to spend this particular New Year's there. For some reason, Cape Town was calling my name, and I knew I had to convince my friends to travel along with me. You see, I'd been to Cape Town years before in 2014, and I had the time of my life. We had a travel planner from Two Oceans Travel who'd laid out an amazing trip filled with wine tours and safaris and other adventures, and so I knew exactly who to contact to make this trip happen. But there was another reason that Cape Town, South Africa was calling to me. When I left there in 2014, I vowed to bring more of my friends and family back there to experience the magic of the mother city, and so that's what I endeavored to do. But before I dive into the heart of my trip, which will likely take at least several videos to fully describe, let's give you a glimpse at the city of Cape Town, a South Africa that the news doesn't always want you to see. Cape Town is a seaport city and the legislative capital of South Africa. The city lies at the northern end of the Cape Peninsula, some 30 miles at its southernmost boundary, north of the Cape of Hope. Because it was the site of the very first European settlement in South Africa, Cape Town is referred to as the country's mother city. Cape Town's setting is absolutely divine. Parts of the city and its suburbs wind about the steep slopes of Table Mountain, some 3,563 feet high, and neighboring peaks and rim shores of Table Bay. Other parts lie on the flats below the slopes and stretch southward across the flats to False Bay. The city covers an area of 116 square miles.
We have finally arrived in Cape Town. How do you feel? How you feel?
I'm ready to see Cape Town. I feel great.
We are the first two to arrive. Super excited. So now, we're actually gonna check into we got a hotel for the night. And then we check into the villa tomorrow. But
The city of Cape Town's origins date back to 1652, when the Dutch East India Company established a refreshment station for its ships on the shores of Table Bay. The place was magnificent, fertile soil, well-watered ground beneath the precipitous walls of Table Mountain. Cape Town was the gateway to Europe's penetration of the South African interior, and close ties with continental Europe were maintained. Today, Cape Town is a contemporary city with high-rise office buildings and pedestrian malls. Although it's a significant political and economic center, this beautiful city between the sea and mountain boasts a cosmopolitan population because of the liberal view of its citizens. The climate of Cape Town feels interestingly Mediterranean. It's locally modified by the mass of Table Mountain and by the cold Benguela current of the South Atlantic Ocean. So the typical high temperature is about 70 degrees Fahrenheit in February and January, and the average low is about 55 degrees Fahrenheit in July. but temperatures are typically cooler on the mountain slopes as well as on the coast. On the average, rain falls about 69 days of the year. About 1/2 of the 26 inches of annual rainfall occurs between June and August, which is the southern winter. So, one of the things that you'll notice is that southerly winds produce a cloud cover over Table Mountain known as the tablecloth. These winds are collectively called the Cape Doctor, since they keep air pollution at a reduced level. We traveled to Cape Town in late December and early January, which are technically the summer months. Not necessarily the hottest summer months, as the weather was typically cooler in the mornings, hot around midday, and then a bit cooler at nights. So the best advice I can give you is to always travel with a light sweater, sweatshirt, or a jacket, as the day can go from chilly to hot and back to chilly again rather quickly. In the metropolitan area, Afrikaans is the very first language of nearly half the population. Despite being amongst one of the youngest languages in the world, Afrikaans is to become the most commonly spoken language in Western Cape. Now, the city of Cape Town is blessed with several of the most amazing roads, winding around the mountains and offering some of the most stunning views. Chapman's Peak Drive, Signal Hill Drive, Victoria Road, Boys Drive, Simonstown to Cape Point are a couple of drives through which you are able to really enjoy the splendor of Cape Town. You'll want to spend a few days literally on the road just enjoying the drive, stopping at various lookout points to witness Mother Nature at her finest. From mountaintop views to beachfront homes and lush greenery, you'll also likely spot a family of baboons enjoying some dining on their way alongside several highways in the mountains. Now, should we talk about wines? I think we should.
Because of this space. So the first bottle, you are more than welcome to taste with me while I'm talking. The first bottle that I poured you guys is a sparkling wine, Sauvignon Blanc sparkling wine.
Just outside of Cape Town, there is probably one of the oldest and longest wine routes in the world. Route 62 runs for 850 kilometers and ends in Port Elizabeth. In 1685, the governor of the Cape, Simon van der Stijl, established the historic Group Constantia wine estate. Today, wine estates like J.C. LaRue carry the torch for the wine industry in Cape Town. You'll definitely have your fill of exquisite wines if you're traveling to the region. One of my favorite hotspots is situated on the Atlantic shore. It's the Victoria and Alfred Waterfront in Cape Town. It is the place where the city literally meets the sea. The V&A Waterfront houses more than 450 retail outlets, fine dining restaurants, the Cape Wheel of Excellence, the Two Oceans Aquarium, and different markets that you can shop from. All this draws so much attention, and usually more than 23 million visitors each year. Picture it. A waterfront location, a Ferris wheel, a shopping mall, some of the best seafood and steak restaurants filled with pedestrian shoppers as well as entertainment. You may also want to book a hotel room at one of the many hotels overlooking the waterfront so that you can really enjoy it from sun up until sundown. Now, if you're looking for a place to rent a villa in Cape Town, one of the most sought after areas is Camps Bay. Filled with seaside homes that overlook the beach, with its winding clear views of the mountains and the ocean behind it, it is no wonder why most folks choose to vacation in Camps Bay. Only a short walk down the hill and you're at the beach and a strip filled with bars, lounges, and coffee shops. Enjoy a nice afternoon stroll on the beach, shop with local vendors, or simply lounge by your pool as you look out over the blue ocean waters of the Atlantic. Camps Bay is just one of the many areas where tourists choose to work, play, and enjoy a nice getaway. With all of this, Cape Town is also rich with so much history If you want to learn about apartheid, if you want to learn about Nelson Mandela and his family and his struggles and where he went to prison, it's all there. This place is rich with history and culture and so much more. Cape Town truly has a lot to offer, much more than what the media will give it credit for. And the beauty is that it's very tourist friendly without being overly hyped. There's a magic about Cape Town, and it truly has to be seen and felt to really enjoy.
That's a cool one, actually. Oh yeah, there's a lot of.
That baby laying there, that baby was born in February of this year. And that's his mother with a chopped off horn. So they chopped off a horn is for research purposes. And luckily it grows back again. She's only about.
And we have mountains.
In nougat. You have nougat.
Amazing.
How's your espresso?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Phenomenal.
Yo, I'm gonna break this up into like. Wait, I need you to say that one more time.
This is better than Napa.